Today we are going to see the scenario, and let's first discuss about the scenario. DevOps team need a time check pod created in the specific Kubernetes namespace for the logging purpose. Initially it's testing, but it may be integrated with the existing cluster later. Here what is required. Okay. Create a pod, call the time check in the DevOps namespace. The pod should contain the container name time check. Utilizing the busybox image and with the latest tag, and the image name is the busybox colon latest. Then create a config map name time config with the data time frequency equal to 10 seconds in the same namespace. Then we have configured the time check container, execute the command, and the command is the while true equal to due date and then sleep for time frequency and then done. And ensure that result of that command is written in this path inside the container, and are also add the environment variable time frequency in the container, fetching it value from the config map time frequency key. Then create a volume log volume and mount at the path opt finance time inside it the container. So this is the requirement for today project, and we are going to configure this one in our Kubernetes clusters. So let's see how we are going to achieve this. So first we need to create the namespace by the help of kubectl create ns. Either you can use the ns or full form namespace and the namespace name. Then we can see the our DevOps namespace is created. Then we have the YAML file, and let's go through the YAML file. So first one is the ConfigMap YAML file, and the API version for ConfigMap is v1, kind is ConfigMap metadata. Then in metadata, name of the ConfigMap is the time config, and namespace we are going to deploy it into the DevOps namespace. Then data time frequency equal to 10 as per the our above requirement. Then pod configuration, we have API version v1, kind equal to pod, metadata, name of the pod is the time check, namespace in which we are going to deploy the DevOps, and a spec of the container is the name of the container is time check, and image as per the requirement we are going to use the busybox latest. And to run the any command in the container in the pair, as we need to give this syntax command colon bin sh hyphen c, and in agreement part we are going to give whatever the command we are going to run into the cell. So our command is while true due date. It's going to print the date until the condition is true, and it's going to copy that output in this path. Then it's going to sleep for the time frequency, and time frequency we have already mentioned in the config map 10 second. And then we have the environment variables, the name, time frequency, and this value are coming from the config map, and the name of the config map is time config map, and key is the time frequency. So in short, this value is coming from the this part. Then we have the volume mount, and the volume mount of name is the log volume, and we are going to mount the volume in this path. Then we have the volume, and volume name is the log volume, and we are going to use the empty directory. Empty directory means it's going to store the data for the temporary purpose until the pod or container is there. Then restart policy is always. Then we are going to apply this one, and then we are going to check whether the config map is created in the DevOps namespace or not. Then we are going to check whether pod are created in the DevOps namespace or not. Then we are going to log in into the container or pod by using the command kubectl execs -it, and then time checks -n DevOps -sh. Then we are going to check where the our output of the command is stored, whether the data is stored or not. Then you can see after every 10 seconds the date command is running and is storing. Similarly, we can check the mount path where the volume is mounted. We go there and check the log, the same output is there. So by the help of this, what we achieve, the create the config map, time config with the time frequency equal to 10 seconds. Create a pod, time check in the DevOps namespace, use the busybox latest to run the loop, the log and date every time frequency second and write the log itna. Okay, then mount the volume, name log volume at this path. So let's run these things in our Kubernetes cluster and see how it's going to work. All the command and description you can get from my blog, and blog link I will be attached into the description part of this video. So first command is the kubectl create the namespace. Copy the command and this is our Kubernetes cluster. Let's run it. The kubectl create ns DevOps. You can see the namespace is created. Our next command is to create the config map and pod. If you run the multiple YAML file at the same time, we need to use the triple dax at the beginning of each YAMLs. So let's copy it, copied it, and let's go to the our clusters, then create one file vi pod.yml, then just paste it, then save it except colon wq, then run it kubectl apply hyphen f pod.yml. So we can see the config map and the pod are created successfully. So let's double confirm by the help of the command, because we have used the DevOps namespace, so we need to check in the DevOps namespace only. So copy the command and paste here. Then we can see the our config time config is created successfully. Then similarly, let's check the pod. So we can see the our pod is also created and running fine. Now let's check the whether whatever the command we are running inside the pod is saved in that path or not. So first go inside the pod by the help of the command kubectl execs hyphen it pod name, then hyphen n namespace hyphen hyphen sh. So we are inside the pod now. So now let's check, because whatever the command we are running we are saving in this path. So copy this, then paste it. We can see after every 10 second it's giving the output. Okay, similarly where we have mounted the volume, we can go there by the help of cd, because this path where we have mounted the volume and this we have given in the our YAML here opt finance time. So let's go there in that folder, and you can see here by else this is the one file, and then we can check the output inside the file. So every 10 second date command output is printing here also. So in this video, mainly we have learned how to use the config map and that value how we can use as the environment variable inside the pod. Also we have used how to run any command inside the container and how to save the output of that command in particular file or volume. See